Hi, stars. It's Teacher Anita again, and it is Bible story time. Now, I know I've kind of been jumping around a little, but I think we're going to get back on track. The last story I talked to you about was the Ark of the Covenant and the curtain that when Jesus died, it got torn in half. From top to bottom, it just completely got torn in half and allowed us to enter in. Before, only special priests could enter into the special room. But when the curtain was torn, Jesus opened up, I believe Jesus opened up heaven so that we could be with Jesus and God and be in their presence. So that was important, and I just felt like God wanted me to tell you guys that. So today we're going to continue with what happened. Remember, Jesus got taken up to heaven. It wasn't like he disappeared, but he literally floated up like a balloon up to heaven. And do you remember who came and talked to the disciples, the best friends? They were looking up to see where Jesus was going, and who appeared to them? Well, two angels. Two angels showed up, and they said, "What are you guys looking at? What are you guys looking at?" And the angels told him, "Don't you know that the same way that he is going up, the same way that Jesus is going up, he is going to return." I'm so excited. Jesus is going to return. But we don't know when he's going to return, but he is coming back. He could be coming back tomorrow, or he could be coming back when your children have children, so great-great-great-grandchildren. We don't know when he's coming back, but we all need to be ready. We all need to make sure everybody knows who Jesus is. That's why it's important to tell people Jesus loves you. Okay, so back to our story in the Bible. So Jesus went to up to heaven, and the disciples were sitting in the room, and they weren't scared anymore. They weren't scared. Jesus was up in heaven, and he told them to hang out. So they were in a room, and they were all hanging out and talking. And I remember Jesus said, "Stay in Jerusalem," and they stayed. And guess who was talking and teaching them? It was Peter. Peter, remember Peter, the one that cut off the servant's ear? It was Peter. Peter, the one that denied Jesus 3 times, denied knowing Jesus 3 times. It was Peter. And Peter was talking to all the people in the room, when all of a sudden they heard the sound of a mighty, mighty wind. They heard this sound, and they looked around at each other. Where is this sound coming from? And then they looked, and they saw flames of fire, what looked like flames of fire over everybody's head. Flames of fire, and they heard a mighty wind. They did not know what was going on. And then all of them were filled with the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is God's power, and it began to live and be inside of them. They could feel it like energy and power within them. And they saw the fire over their heads and the wind, and they did not know what was going on. Then all of a sudden, they all started talking in different languages. Like, I don't know how to speak Spanish, but all of a sudden I could speak Spanish. And let's say Piper was one of the disciples. She could speak German. They could all speak different languages. It was amazing. And we will come back tomorrow and figure out why. Why do you think they were speaking different languages? I want you to think about that. Why would God want those 12 disciples to speak different languages? Okay, we'll come back tomorrow and find out. I love you guys.